Oh, fuck. I'm tired. Fuck. I'm Johnny BikeSanook here at the AAS Harley-Davidson Bangkok on Vipavadi Rangsit. Let's look at the bikes here. Whoa. This is the new Sportster S 1250 Revolution Max again. And it fits me so nicely. I feel like Marlon Brando or Steve McQueen. And what would a proper Harley-Davidson showroom be without the big bikes? I mean, big like the Road King. Look at this. 107 cubic inch because it's made in the USA. And it's already sold. There is a big Harley-Davidson community in Bangkok, in Thailand, Phuket, Chiang Mai as well, and the provinces. This is the Ultra Glide in Venom color, limited edition, 1,860 cc. And it's got the full option, even the loudspeakers for some boom, boom, boom music, huh? By the way, it's already sold. This Harley-Davidson AAS Bangkok is the biggest showroom and service center in Asia. If you're in Bangkok, a visit is highly recommended. AAS Harley-Davidson Showroom Service Center is located not far from the old Don Mueang Airport on Vipavadi Rangsit Road. This is the reason we're here, the all-new Pan America 1250 Revolution Max engine. And today we're going to take two of these big dogs for a test ride. We're on the way to Rayong on the eastern seaboard. Harley-Davidson Pan America Special 2 bikes. And now I'm hydrating to prevent dehydration after the challenging Bang Na Trat outbound Bangkok with 100,000 trucks to negotiate. And after this stop at the PTT pump, we're going to hit road 344, direction Rayong, eastern seaboard again. And let's talk about the bike. Now, a little bit of a critique first. First of all, the side stand, the kick-down side stand, which is easy, but the location, it's a little bit hard to find. Once you get used to it, okay. And I would say it's also a bit flimsy. It's not that solid because everything else about the bike is very strong, very solid, but the side stand not solid. And then sometimes you really have to be careful if you use the side stand. I mean, you know, like the bike might tip over. And we're talking about 242 kg here, so it's a heavy bike. All right, there's also a center stand, and the center stand is very good, very solid, but then that again, you need technique to pull it up on the center stand, and then also to get it down from the center stand. So you need technique for that. Second item would be the foot pegs. I'm 72, young at heart. Yeah, this is my third test ride in the adventure segment. Now hugely popular all over the world, adventure bikes, especially big adventure bikes. And the foot pegs, I feel they're a little bit too short for I don't have, my feet are not that big, but I feel them a little bit too short. Johnny BikeSanook, we just arrived in Rayong province here at the Prasa Reservoir after a long and challenging ride on the Bang Na Trat outbound and then route 344, direction Rayong. By the way, in Rayong is also where you find the Harley-Davidson Thailand factory. Okay, let's have a look at our bikes. The dead wood green and the special white wrap from AAS Harley-Davidson Bangkok. The white wrapped hardcore looking special here is also modified with auxiliary lights. And recently it's been on a long trip, Long Way Betong, which is a province down in the deep south, not far from Malaysia, 1,200 kilometers from Bangkok. The body experience inspiration.
Hello YouTube, this is Kari, BikeSanook video/editor. Let's talk about Pan America. If you look at any review videos talking about Pan America on YouTube, you will notice one thing in the comments. For some reason this bike gets a whole lot of hate, and it seems like a lot of that hate comes from people who haven't actually properly spent any time on this bike. This bike is the size of a small horse when you sit on it, that's how it feels, and it's 240 plus kilos. And then when you see some of these comments that, oh, Pan America cannot go off-road, yes it can, but don't expect it to be a dirt bike because it's not a dirt bike. My god, how many people complain that it's not an enduro bike. Of course it's not an enduro bike, what the hell do you expect? It's 240 plus kilos. What kind of enduro bike is 240 plus kilos? What do you expect? Be realistic. This bike is not enduro bike. This bike is not some motocross bike, but this bike is very capable on dirt. But it's not just the bike, it's also who is riding the bike. Let's not forget that part. And one reason I think this bike gets so much hate in the comments is that it's big, it's quite top heavy, so it takes skill to ride it. You cannot just put it on dirt and expect that you can whip it around like some 250cc enduro bike. That's not going to happen. But can it compete with things like BMW GS 1200, KTM 1290, Honda Africa Twin 1100? Absolutely. If you have the skill and the confidence, this bike can take you pretty much anywhere where you want to go, provided that you put proper tires on.
BikeSanook, I'm Johnny, drinking coffee again. Here our second day test ride on the Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special Edition. We're here at the magnificent Pluc Dang Development Service Center by Royal Initiative. Behind me is the cafeteria called Ban Po, Father's House. Very interesting architecture, especially the ceiling. A visit is strongly recommended. By the way, location about 30 kilometers from Rayong Center. And now what I like about Harley-Davidson Special Edition 1250 Pan America, the lights, especially the rear side indicators, the blinkers, they're fantastic. I mean, the best in the market. Very, very bright. And this is a safety issue also, riding in the night. On the byways and highways in Thailand, you need that. Very good. Excellent. And also, of course, the headlight. Some people don't like the square design, but I love it. It's called the Day Maker. That's a good name. Trademark. Harley-Davidson Day Maker. I like it. And the seat, very good, very good. Soft, I can ride for hours and hours and hours. It's just the again, the foot pegs and the position, that's all. But the seat is very good, very good. I haven't tried the passenger seat yet. My wife, you know, she wasn't available, otherwise she would be riding passenger on the body seat. Yep.
Throughout our test, of course, we are in Thailand, so we are mostly on paved roads. So we were using road tires. But even then, as you can see from the footage, I took it to some proper sand, proper dirt, proper wet mud. Of course, it's a huge bike. I'm about 176 centimeters tall, and as a reference, I weigh about 78, 79 kilos. But generally, I didn't have any problems with this bike. This bike handles insanely well for the size. Performance, insane. The acceleration, of course, 127 newton meters of torque. But as a touring bike, traveling bike, you can literally travel anywhere on this bike. The seat is so comfortable, the ergonomics, it's easy to handle. For example, you come into Bangkok traffic. Let's put it this way. If you visit Bangkok and you see the scooters going between the cars, wherever the scooters could go, I could go on Pan America. That's how well it handles despite the size. Is it a perfect bike? Of course it's not a perfect bike. The side stand is horrible. I absolutely hate it. I don't know what were they thinking, putting such a side stand on this bike. The other thing is the rear rack for your luggage. Load capacity 5 kilos, and the whole thing is completely plastic. If the bike falls and you try to grab it from that thing, congratulations, you just broke the damn thing. So I don't know why doesn't Harley just put a metal one in there. And then little things, generally switchgear is easy to use. The only problem I had with it is indicator switch. It's a little bit too far down. It should be a little bit higher up. It can be a little bit difficult to reach at times.
Look at this!
Holy hell! And of course the foot pegs. They could be a little bit longer, a little bit wider. And the rubber part, as you can see in the video, when they get wet, they get very, very slippery. So if you go off-road, just take them off. And another little problem with it is the placement of the exhaust pipe. So it's quite easy to burn your leg, as Johnny found out a couple of times. He actually burned his leg. Put it in your pocket or something.
Yeah.
They get too slippery when they get wet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I cannot stand, my feet keep slipping.
Okay.
And no matter what people say, yes, this bike is capable off-road as well. But of course, remember, it's not just the bike, it's also the rider. This bike can pretty much go wherever you can go. Unless, of course, you happen to be Paul Tarrés or Toby Price, in which case, I'm very glad you're watching our video. But most of us, me included, we are not anywhere near Paul Tarrés, Toby Price, Chris Birch. This bike can do anything we need it to do, and then some. Whoa. Wrong tire. Fuck. Wrong tires, but even with these tires, holy hell.